Baking has always been a way of life here in the north of England, and no county encompasses this more than Northumberland. So it's no surprise to find here at Hetherslaw on the banks of the River Till a 19th century water-powered corn mill complete with its own bakery and granary and, dare I say, cafe. Hi John, nice to see you.
Hi Russell, nice to meet you.
Listen, can you tell me some of the history of this beautiful place?
Yeah, well, we're sitting at the minute outside Hetherslaw corn mill on the banks of the River Till, which is it's the only English tributary of the Tweed.
Right.
And in fact, Hetherslaw mill is the most northerly working mill in England. There's been a mill on the site here since the 1300s. Obviously, in those days, nowhere near as big as this building. Oh. And it was very feudal. The local tenant farmers were obliged to bring their grain here to be milled, under pain of severe punishment from the landowner if they didn't.
So do you still mill to traditional methods here?
Yeah, we do, Russell. It's a Victorian water mill. It was restored about 12 years ago. It runs on the original machinery. We use traditional methods, and everything in the mill is operated from the water wheel. Flour goes across to the on-site bakery, some goes into the on-site cafe. So we've got quite a unique little setup where we've got traditionally milled wholemeal flour being used on site by two individual businesses.
So where do you sell the produce?
We looked at mail order, but cost was prohibitive there. So we've now developed a range of outside outlets, health shops, etc. around the region, and as far north as the Central Highlands in Scotland.
Do you get a lot of locals and visitors come by here and buy the stuff?
Yes, we've got a very strong local customer base who'll come all the year round.
I'd like to have a look at some of the baking here. Where is it done? It's done in the bakery over there?
It's done in the bakery across the road. And I'm sure if you go and talk to Colin, he'll be only too happy to tell you some of the secrets of the trade.
Great, okay. Thanks very much. So Colin, we're dressed for action.
Certainly are.
What are we baking today?
It's rich Northumberland fruitcake.
So this is the finished product here, is it?
It is.
Oh, that looks nice and fruity. So where does this come from?
It's a recipe that I got from my grandmother. She lived in Newcastle and she used to go to Rothbury for her holidays, which is in the middle of the Cheviot Hills. And she met a friend there who gave her this recipe. And I found it years later, and I reckon it must be at least 75 years old.
So traditional fruitcake like your grandma used to make?
Exactly.
Fantastic. So what are the ingredients? What have we got here?
Well, this is the first part of the mix where we put butter, brown sugar and treacle in.
And treacle there, and that's followed by?
These are the eggs that we're going to put in, and they're from local hens, which are far superior to any others.
Of course. And over here we have the traditional ground corn, is it?
That's it. It's the Hetherslaw flour from local wheat, and that goes in with some spice.
And finally, the fruit.
That's the fruit, and there's cherries, mixed peel, sultanas, currants, raisins, and there's so much fruit in it. Actually, over half of the cake is fruit.
It's quite a heavy fruit cake.
It is, and that's one of the reasons it's different from most fruit cakes.
So how much will this amount make?
It'll make a dozen cakes of that size.
Right. Okay. So how do we get started?
Well, you can put that in the mixer first.
In the mixer?
Yep.
Okay.
Just pop that in.
In she goes. Flour time, yeah?
That's right.
Okay. So how long is this going to take to work through?
Well, we'll just clear it through the batter there, and it'll take a minute.
Right. Ooh, there's a lot of fruit in there.
Yeah.
Right.
As I said before, over half the cake is fruit.
I just pour it all in, yeah?
All in.
Preferably in the bowl. So how long is this mixed through for, Colin?
Again, we'll just clear the fruit through the dough, and that'll be it. Just 5 more seconds will probably do it.
Right.
And it'll be through. We'll just tap the top down
right.
with a bit of water.
Right.
Like that.
Just get nice and flat.
Yep.
Okay, and what do we do?
All right. First of all, we put the walnuts on.
Right, I'll do some here.
Just a random pattern.
Random pattern.
Yep.
No, I'm going to make a nice picture out of mine, actually, Colin. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, that could add to the sales.
It does. If you can have a Union Jack effect, it'll be fine.
But don't forget, we've got to get the cherries between the walnuts.
Okay. Let's grab a handful of cherries. So once we finish this, we do the other 10, and then what happens? It goes into the
oven.
Into the oven for baking.
There you are, Russell.
Straight out of the oven, beautiful. Look at that. Can we taste one?
Yes, have a go.
Oh, this is all right to pick up. Just tip it out, yeah?
Yep.
I'm going to get the paper
Take
off.
the baking case off.
All right, okay. Let's get the wrapping off, or she won't cut, will she? Look at the fruit on that, solid. There.
Right.
So how long were you baking this for?
It's had an hour and a half in a cool oven.
Right.
And have a taste of that, Russell.
Fine fruity cake. Oh, that's a lovely fruit cake, that.
Good.
Quite moist, actually.
Yes, it should be. It should be.
It's lovely. I'll tell you what, Sarah. If you're ever feeling fruity, there's nothing better than a Northumbrian fruit cake.